just so everybody knows, I really do try to um, share authentically what my experience is, what's going on in the world. From my perspective, what's going on in my consciousness, what are the things that are emerging? Um, because, first of all, I think hopefully I'm modeling with you um, what this can be for you, that you trust yourself, that you trust your own inner wisdom, you trust your own experience, and that by sharing it, you start to find that there are patterns, that there are people that resonate with it, that needed your words. I sometimes need your words to be able to give more uh, um, clarity, because my experience or the words that are coming into my consciousness are not as accurate as they could be. And when I'm sharing my experience, I know Kathy, you've shared, I know Jennifer, you've given me words that just bubble up, and it's like, that is more clear. That's more refined. And I think this is part of the collective consciousness that we are opening up to, and collaborative way of being, which is so much different than I think how we have held these words, held this vibration as to what it means. And I feel like that's what I'm going to be talking about today, is collaboration and what it is to be in kind of this cooperative consciousness. What does this mean, right? What is it? What are we opening to? And um, ultimately, it's so much different than kind of how it's been presented. So when I think about collaboration, I oftentimes think about a bunch of people coming together to share their ideas. And then we pick from those ideas, like we all throw them on the table. We throw on all of our best ideas for a given project or a given situation, right? You throw them all on the table, and usually somebody who's louder, you kind of pay attention to what they're putting on the table more, or some people just kind of sneak in their ideas. It's kind of like that, and most people don't really sit with the ideas very long before they just go, oh, that one looks right. And everybody goes, oh yeah, that one looks right. And we go for it. And then we start to build our plan, and we start to work. Hi, Brianna. And we start to work in that way, because it's always about the outcome. It's always about the problem to solve, or the need to get to a specific result. And what I'm experiencing is that collaboration, cooperation, working collectively is not necessarily for the outcome. It's not used in that way. Like the emergent consciousness is one where we cannot access anything by ourselves in our individuality, that our individual mind is not capable of conceptualizing, concretizing, grasping all of the pieces, all of the nuance. And so it isn't a collaborative sphere that we are holding, that we are experiencing, but we're not experiencing from like my ego or from my selfness. We are experiencing it because of our ability to share the experience, to be in this shared knowing, to be in this shared vibration. And it emerges in that wholeness. The information, the ideation, the construct emerges in this, and it rises into our consciousness, and it permeates us, rather than we have to grab it and own it and hold it and form it and shape it and market it and put it out there, right? It's a different vibration. And so this has been really, really, really coming more and more clear that there is this technique that's emerging, this way of being, this technology, for lack of a better term. Technology allows for, what is technology, right? Technology is um, born out of craft, born out of making. And it's what allows making to be more easily accessed, more easily implemented by the many, so that it can be replicated, so there can be a rhythm, so there can be something. So we are receiving, even in the meditation, a new technology. How we are working with our breath is a new technology. Hello, good morning, everyone. Hello, Mary, Aurora, Brianna, Elaine. I'm so glad everyone is here. Shalena, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad we're here on this beautiful, cool morning. I have a sweater that I've been wearing, but my office is a little on the warmer side, so I'm enjoying the space, whereas the rest of my house feels cold. But I feel like the invitation is expanding our experience of each other and information, and we're being given a new way. So for those of you who are like, how do I do this? How do I do this? The way is emergent in our consciousness. It's emergent in who we are. It's emergent in our willingness to be present. It emerges in this. And so even our experience together every day, those of you who've been here every day, those of you who are new, we are receiving this not just through me, right? So it'd be easy to go, oh, Nea, the how that she channels, this is what is. It doesn't really work that way anymore. There's information coming through this vessel to you, but it is also coming back and informing this vessel through you. We are all in this together. There is uh, a witnessing and experiencing that I alone cannot convey. It is something that we are holding together, that holding is the wrong word, that we are experiencing collectively, that any one of us experiencing alone would pale in comparison. It would be limited by the construct of our mind. But in this wholeness, in this expanded awareness, in this shared consciousness, we can experience things that are emergent in a new way. Wow, that's a lot. I will have to pull that apart a little bit for myself later, because this is interesting. The last couple of days, I have been hearing from many, 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 many people. Like, I have been on the phone a lot, and I've been on text and email. Many people are experiencing kind of a feeling of being broken open, or really coming up against things that they didn't want to have to deal with. Decisions, how they operate, what drives them. They're seeing it like it's up in their face, but not in a mean way, not in a like, hey, here's what you're doing that's messing everything up. It's not like that. It's more like, oh, I didn't see it that way before. I wasn't aware that I was doing that. It's like these moments of reflection are more intense and more present. Has anybody been feeling this the last couple of days? I would say the last 72 hours. It feels, and I know full moon, it was an intense full moon, an intense vibrational, like, and also around the planet, there seems to be like this exhaustion from being cooped up. And this also, like, something's got to give, urgency rising up in people. And I am not feeling like it is just here. I feel like it's everywhere. Like people are feeling this, and it feels like a planetary, like we just went through a major contraction. And now we're feeling like, are we going to be born yet? Like, let's get on with this. And it's like one of the first real contractions of this birthing process is what it feels like. Anyone have anything they want to add to that? Anything they want to share? I feel like there are some experiences that you're having um, that sometimes they feel small, but I'm not getting that these are subtle. I even had, now that I'm thinking of it, as I'm talking, I had something happen yesterday. I had someone reach out to me out of the blue, someone I've never met, um, who reached out to me because they um, had developed a crush or an affection for me, even though we have never met. This person was more than halfway around the world. And they reached out to me with poems they had written. And what's interesting, like now I'm seeing it like in everything I just said, it was like it gave me like a pivot. Again, we're in a magical vortex here, right? It gave me a pivot to see this, that I was thinking it from my lens, like what did I learn in this? But the truth is this was an opening for this person to be able, somewhere they were feeling that crack of opening to like, now I need to move this forward. And I felt that, and everything in me was like, I should just shut this down, like just shut it down, and and then there was this softening. And I don't know, am I going to regret it? Am I going to not regret? I don't know. But I ended up having this very long conversation with this person, with this man, more than halfway around the world, who's very vulnerable and very courageous in sending someone that he didn't really know but had been connected with via Facebook, like looking at, observing, feeling connected through video and all of this, and had built affection and built a connection and a meaning in that. And everything in me that wanted to shut it down and go, this is dangerous, be wary, lifted. And it was like, can you receive this with gentleness? And I did, and there's not a I didn't need to hold it. I did not need to hold it because it wasn't mine. And now I'm looking at it from the lens of, this was an opening for this person to be able to move forward, to honor their experience. And they were so kind and so gentle and so so open, that it was a very interesting experience. And we both came to the point where I said, I do think I need to block you, not because I feel any threat, but because this is perpetuating something in you that's not allowing you to move forward. And we both agreed to this. Where does that happen? Like, I'm thinking about it, like, what happened? And so as I'm sitting here talking about this, I'm just like, and in the last 72 hours, Brianna, you said in the last 72 hours, crying, anger, unrest, not being able to see my mom for Mother's Day is breaking my heart. How many of us are having that? I'm having that. I was good for the first 2 months, and the last couple of days, it's like you said, a contraction. And that feeling, and some people are like doing, and they are like bursting out. I have people in my family who've made the decision that they're going to go see each other. I have my husband's family that's decided they're going to go up north, and should they come see us, and all of these things that it's like we want to just escape this experience because it really is a hard experience, and our hearts are aching. Our longing for one another is acute. It is present and truly emergent in our consciousness, and it's not just us. Our need for each other is very strong. It is pulling at us. And Alexandra, you said, hello, I can relate with what you're saying. I have been exhausted from work and feeling completely burned out. So much PPE and triggers with the PPE, dealing with a lot of COVID patients on hospice. And I can't even imagine, Alexandra, like the fact that you are seeing and you are in this every day. And then we have this push pull experience of truth, not truth, pain, not pain, selfishness, unselfishness. Like there's just, it's all like this. And I think we are just, all of our ways of protecting ourselves from feeling all of this, it's like they're just not working anymore. And so this breathing meditation, we we are also surrendering, we are also opening ourselves up to feeling more, to expanding our awareness more, to being present to ourselves and to each other more. And it's gentle and it's soft, and it's not saying if you do this, you will never feel pain. It is not if you step into this that there will never be anxiety or stress. It is saying rest in this, rest in the abundance that there is more than you can imagine. Rest your mind, rest your being, trust in this. And it is like with every contraction, we're feeling like we're still holding, we're still holding. Good morning, Joe. Aurora, you said, I have finally been truly able to truly breathe and feel like things are changing. I finally feel relieved. I'm excited for next steps in my life. And I love that. And it's not, it's all of this where we are. It's we are open and then we contract, and we open and we contract, and we are moving and we're shaping, and can we be present? I go back. I'm not trying to go back to this all the time, but there is a lot of focus in the collective right now about what is truth. And when I say in the collective, I mean in the consciousness of humanity. What is true? What can I rest in? What can I grasp for? And as much as I dislike the misinformation or the disinformation, I don't even like those words. Like disinformation is a non sequitur. It negates itself. You cannot disinform, either you are informing or you are not. So if you are not informing, then what are you doing? You are confusing. It is creating a cloud. And I have never said these words before. I've never thought about it in these terms before. They're flowing out of me right now. And I'm like, right now, we're creating our own confusion. It's like, I say this example without really knowing fully if it's true or not, but I'm thinking back to all of my childhood TV shows where there was this meme that said, I really thought quicksand would be a bigger threat in my life based on my childhood TV shows, right? But there's this whole idea that you're in quicksand and you're sinking and you're becoming less mobile, and supposedly the way out is to find stillness and to relax, and then there's a way out. It's the same thing like if you are trying to get out, you fall into an ice covered body of water, that if you flail about, you're going to continue to break the ice and you will continue to have nowhere to go. But if you relax and you spread your weight, if you expand, there's the possibility that you can find your way out of a situation that seems like there is no way out. I hope that makes sense. Joe, trying to stop being angry. You help a lot. I'm glad. And it is, we're just, it's, what I would say is be angry. Just don't channel the anger. Be with your anger and love the anger as it is, but without expanding it, without needing to understand it, because sometimes when we're fighting against it, we actually are creating more angst, more stress in our lives. Jennifer, you said, I've noticed that there has been a lot more harmony in my relationship with my sisters and even their relationship with each other. We are having that as we breathe, as we come into greater peace and expansion in and of ourselves. We grow and expand. That is the nature of human experience. We are growing and we are expanding. And this is what this practice, and I will say, like, the words that I have used, that this is a meditation practice, really are not in alignment. We are accessing a technology that is meditative in nature, that works with our breath, that allows us to expand in our consciousness, in our awareness, in our way of being, that we are accessing more readily and easily the infinite, that which is beyond our knowing, beyond our understanding. We are acclimating to this in our beingness. We are expanding our vibration to feel and align and move with life. We are accessing and awakening our divine nature and coming to know our function. Every time we gather, we are not just doing this for ourselves. We are breathing with all of humanity. This is a technology that has been given to us in such a gentle way. And of course, in this technology, we are asked to surrender. We are asked in our out breath, in our exhalation, to let go. And what we are being asked to let go of is all the attachment we have to everything that we are seeking firmament with. Because as we hold it, it becomes a limitation in our consciousness, and it holds us back from fully experiencing the infinite, which moves in and through us. It is already acclimated in our being. And of course, within us rises the fear, the doubt, and the worry that has been our story, has been our habit, has been our mindless approach to being, because it has been our culture, because it has been our way. And we are being given a new way. This is the gift of this practice. This is the gift and the invitation for you to be in this. And it is gentle and loving so that it does not activate the fight or flight. It is integrated in your being, that you may come to this and feel the loving presence, the infinite love that is always present, always washing in and through you, shining on you like the sun. And you are awakening within you the desire to raise every part of your being to reach for the light. That is the work that we are doing. And if it is bringing up anger, love that anger and be willing to breathe it Breathe with it and be willing to surrender it. It's not the anger, it's what is causing the anger. The expectations that were not met, the resentments, the fear, the doubt, the worry. We'll breathe into that. The anger is only the emotional response to that feeling of not believing there's enough, that we are enough. And so this is the invitation in this practice. This is what we are doing. And we breathe for ourselves and we breathe with everyone, every living creature, every molecule, every person that does not know their capacity to breathe, those who are having a difficult time, we are breathing with all. And as we do this, we are opening to feel and experience the wholeness. And we expand. We expand. Hello, Christy. Hello, Brianna. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Diane. Brianna, you said, I just had a cardinal land on my deck looking right at me. And I love cardinals because they're messengers. Oftentimes, it's our male loved ones who've passed, but they're messengers of the divine. And Diane, yes, and to trust. We're here to trust. And it's not about knowing first and then trusting. It's a leap in trust, a leap in faith. The leaping is the action that is required to experience the trust, to experience the faith. Let's breathe together. Let's begin. I love you all so much. I'm just feeling so much love and the clarity that's coming through today. We've been through some major contractions. And now there's a period, whatever period that is, of a rest. Let us breathe and be nourished by the breath. Let us feel the power of the breath, bringing light into our being, nourishing us, expanding us. And with every breath, we breathe in appreciation for this body, this mind, for these emotions, for our experiences. We breathe in and we are open. We open with every breath. And just when we think we can't open anymore, we breathe and we open more. It is a continual expansion and renewal. Every breath is a new moment, a new way, a new bright light shining on our face. We are renewed with every breath. We are awash in the divine love of spirit with every breath. And as that love comes into our being, we are fulfilled. And we rest in this fulfillment. We rest in knowing that this is true. We trust in it. The way we trust that every breath will be fulfilled. We breathe deeply and completely. And as we exhale, we surrender and let go. our willingness growing with every breath, our openness growing and expanding in every breath. And we breathe and feel this body receive, ready and willing to receive all that it is given. And we breathe in and feel that every cell is satiated. The thirst has been quenched. The hunger has been sated. And we are complete. And we relax. And as we breathe in, we feel our ability to receive more expand. Our hunger is not for wanting, but to expand into the infinite, to feel our growth, our outward reach. This is our desire. And we do with every breath. Our body functioning, our mind, keeping every cell functioning, the electrical current of our being optimized as every cell works in harmony with all of the other cells. Our heart cells beat and keep rhythm. Our lungs breathe, receiving oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide and other unwanted gases. Our stomach, our intestines receive and digest nutrients, and they are filtered and cleansed and cleared by the liver, the spleen, until all that is useful is used and all that is not useful is released. This vessel is functioning optimally. All that is necessary is received, and all that is unnecessarily easily released. And we are grateful. Our energy field is more in our consciousness than ever before. This field of energy that is a part of our being, is a part of our vessel, expands outward from us, a foot to a foot and a half, and sometimes farther. This porous, energetic field allows the energy of life and love to move in and through easily into our being. We feel each other. We feel the light of those who are resonant around the planet as we breathe together. Our energy has its own pulse, its own rhythm, as it moves in and through, allowing us to feel and experience the world, to feel before our senses can experience the touch, the word, the smell, the taste. It is in our knowing. We are vibrating in our knowing, in our wisdom. And this knowing washes over and through us and awakens the knowing in those around us. From here, we bring our attention to our connection to Mother Earth, our mother, the mother of all life. She who holds the force of life and creates our home, gives us place. Her love rises up in us through our vessel, awakening every part of our being. And we feel the warmth of her, the gentle pull of gravity on every part of our being, every atom, every molecule of our being. She loves beyond limitation. She creates atmosphere that allows us spaciousness to live, to grow, to connect, to create. We are here because she wills it. We are here because she creates the space for us to be. And we breathe in this love. We breathe in and feel home awaken in our being. We belong and we are here. And we are of her and with her and in her. And she is of us and with us and in us. We are home. And we rise our attention, our awareness above our head to the uppermost part of our vessel that is open and willing to remain open to receive the light of spirit. Our vessel welcomes the light of love, of the Christ consciousness, of that which created us and breathed us into form. We breathe this light into our being, into our vessel. Crystalline white light washing in and through our energy field, our cells, our atoms, our molecules. And it is bright and refreshing. It is fresh like peppermint that it expands us with every breath, wanting to receive even more. And as we breathe this in, within our own vessel, we expand. The space between our cells, between the atoms, grows to hold and vibrate with the light of creation. This is our natural state. All that we desire, all that we have hungered for, all that we have thirst for is quenched. And there is plenty. As we breathe the light, it is shared through the permeable membrane that is our vessel, that others may see and feel and experience the light, awakening and kindling the spark of the divine in their own being. And we do this and we breathe. All we need do is breathe and open. As we breathe and open, we are breathing and opening in the collective consciousness of humankind. all of the fear and doubt and worry. There is space in between that grows like the space between our cells. And it is here that the light moves and expands. And with every breath, more light moves in, breaking apart, breaking down what was thought of as solid and whole, and allowing it to be permeated with light, to be expanded in the light of creation. Every breath connects us with life, connects the light that we breathe with all living things, in all living things. Every breath brings into our own awareness the infinite pool from which we breathe, from which all is created. There is no end to what is available. And we breathe in this energy. We vibrate in this truth. Every breath we acclimate to this expanded state of awareness. We breathe into our vessel. We breathe in an experience with every breath that we are expanding. Our awareness growing far beyond this space that we contain. We move outward, feeling life, feeling the vibration of all things in our consciousness. We are like a universe expanding. Every cell like a world, expanding to the next world and creating even more, till the worlds are expanding into universes, and the molecules within them are expanding as well. We are infinite, and we breathe in this experience. Our soul breathing in to the truth of wholeness, the infinite residing here in this being, in this moment, accessing all across time and space. Beyond our understanding, we feel the presence of this now moment. We feel the consciousness of the Christ moving in and merging with our own knowing, that we may experience and acclimate to the infinite. Feeling this move into our being, into our vessel, we breathe in and feel the power rise in our being, the power that is innate in who we are, the power that is innate in our breath, innate in our divinity. We feel our capacity grow, that what we desire we may create. and the force of creation, the divine love, the Christ consciousness moving in to our awareness, into every part of our awareness, that we may create in this energy of love. And as we breathe, we feel our own wisdom awaken, not our mind, not the story, but deep in our bones, in our cells, between our cells, awakening a vibration that guides us, that knows beyond our consciousness, that knows beyond our cells and the structure of this vessel, that is in harmony with life, with love, and with God. It is in this vibration that we are experiencing wholeness. We breathe in and allow this experience, this vibration, to enliven every part of our being, that we may know this. We are here and everywhere. We are in this now moment, sitting in the place in which we are sitting, and we are everywhere present. We are the creator and we are created. And as we open in our breath, we are fulfilled. All of the doubt, the fear, the feelings, we may experience them, but they cannot take root, for there is no soil in which they can grow. We know in our being, in our vessel, where to find guidance, where to find clarity. It resides within. And it is from here that we bear witness to the consciousness of humanity, in our wholeness, in our knowing, in this vibration. We can see the pain, the despair, the doubt, the worry, the stories, the grasping, and we breathe. We breathe and allow the light of wholeness, the light of the Christ consciousness, the light of spirit to come into our vessel and to be amplified for others to be able to see, to feel, to awaken within them a resonance of truth. This is our service. We breathe that others may awaken to their breath, may find and feel their blueprint, their clarity, their knowing awaken. And as we breathe, we experience a lightness, and knowing as we feel the power of divine light moving in and through the consciousness of humanity. And we breathe. We breathe in and we breathe out. Every cell of our body breathing, every molecule of our body breathing. We are one with God consciousness, our vessel expanding, our compassion and willingness growing with every breath. And we breathe into the consciousness of life on this planet, of all living things. Our awareness expanding in all directions, in and with the wind, the water, the earth. We feel the animals, the insects. And we breathe in harmony, rhythm, that we may all come into rhythm and harmony with one another. Every breath, we feel the life of this planet moving in to our consciousness. We feel and experience the function of every creature, of every cell, of every being on this planet. And we are awakened in our own function, our creative force, our ability to create and work with nature, to be in harmony with our power, our capability, our capacity, to choose to be life-giving, life-affirming. Every breath, allowing us to vibrate in the frequency of harmony, in the frequency of life. We are whole and complete. And we breathe this knowing, this experience with the collective consciousness that all that we create be created in this energy of harmony, harmonic alignment with life, with love, with balance and clarity. We breathe this with all beings. And every breath we are connected and connecting with the Mother, with life, with the consciousness. And as we breathe, we feel our wholeness affirmed. We feel the love that we longed for so long, clear and ever present, flowing easily and effortlessly. We are willing and open to receive all that is given. And we rest in the trust and truth of the infinite. We open with every breath. We are expanded. We are awake. And our vessel expanding, expanding in capacity, expanding in willingness, expanding in collaboration with life. And it is in this place, in this knowing, in this energetic resonance of wholeness, that we know, that I know, that we are, that I am that I am. I am. I am. I am. It is the love that washes over you, beloved. It is love that washes over and through and in and with you. It may be easier to hold this frequency, this experience as light moving through you, but this light is the love, godly love, expansive love, love that is the force of creation. It moves in and through you as you are divine, as you are holy, and your vessel more ready and willing to receive fully. Every breath expanding you, every breath welcoming this in. Think of how far you have come, how much less resistant you are to receiving the love of Spirit, the love and light of Spirit moving into you, nourishing you, lifting you and holding you, cherishing you. All of the longing, all of the stories of lack, from this expression of life to the many that you have been told. Story after story after story after story, falling away, coming to this now moment. The stories are too small for this which you are experiencing, that is you. Opening yourself to be in vibrant alignment with the light, to feel the love of Spirit that is also you. You are in harmonious vibration. Feel this, dear ones, in your cells. Notice where you are beginning and ending in this experience. Feeling the fuzziness of your edges as you expand in all directions. Feeling that your breath does not access just this now moment, but all moments. From this place, you yourself are a portal of light. You are the vessel that is creating across time, beyond time. This is sacred. You are sacred. Breathe in and feel the sacredness of your vessel, the blessings that are bestowed upon and with you, dear ones. And all you need do is breathe. The ego will tell you otherwise. The stories will weave in your mind like old habits. And the truth is in your breath. The way is your breathing. Find your way to your awareness in your breath, and you will find your way to home, to wholeness, to clarity. We honor you. We honor you for your service, for your willingness, and dear ones, of course, for your breath. I wish there were words to fully express this experience. I keep wanting to bow my head almost in reverence to this experience. I just feel very honored and blessed in this, and I'm feeling this way in my own experience. Like I just want to bow, like having received something so sacred. This gesture just keeps coming very much to me right now. Oh, I am very grateful. There's so much importance in the surrender. And it's not like a one and done, you know? I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. I feel like, how can you surrender what you can't fully understand? We don't even know how much these constructs and beliefs that we were even born into. It's like being born into a world where immediately upon being born you are wrapped in layers of story. And this is what we can't even see it. It's like as soon as you emerge, there's this wrapping of construct of being in this expression, in this world, in this life. This is what you will be. I've never seen it quite like this before. And so, what we are emerging from, we don't even fully understand. And what we are breathing other people in emerging from with, that they don't understand. And Brianna, you said so much expansion, connecting with everyone in the globe, the galaxy, heaven, so incredible. I agree. Yes, and singing Hosanna in wholeness and gratitude. Yes. Hosanna is a celebration, a welcoming, welcome, 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 welcome. And it is a welcome of being born without this wrapping, this story. Kathy or Jennifer, a surrender from what was to the unknown. Yes. Kathy, I felt like a kite that broke free and was dancing joyfully in the clouds. It's just I'm just feeling like I'm feeling so acute to this. Like it's just so vibrant that I'm feeling you. I'm feeling all of this. And I'm feeling like there is that this experience is not just us. That there are those who are doing this work around the planet, that there are those who are awakening to this, those who may find this, those who are experiencing this, not even knowing because they don't have the words or the community, but they're experiencing this. And it is a willingness to stay with it, to stay in this experience, in this emergence. Including we have these moments of such freedom, such ease, such expansion, such love, and it just washes over and through us. And then there are these moments where it's just like, and then this. And with every tightening, it's like loosening too. It tightens and loosens us to be able to see what is creating that need to tighten, what is creating this. It's like it squeezes it right out of us. Not really a choice in the matter. I'm just feeling this so profoundly. The breath is the way. The breathing in this way is our way. So if we are going to need to grasp something, this can be what we grasp. I think that was the message today. Angela, molecules, bubbles filled with love and light and energy, floating and flowing up, in and out and around and outward towards humanity and all of life, and wrapped in pinky purple lilac color warmth of motherly. I love this. Next week, um, I have a friend who's going to join us, and she's going to paint while we are um, meditating. She's going to meditate with us, but also be painting what is coming through. And I think that I think that it's like when I see what you're getting is just like, it's like that. And to be in that experience of creation simultaneously, I think is really important. And she said, I would like to do that. I said, I would like you to do that. So we'll have a shared screen. I'll be over on one side and she'll be painting and sharing. Mm, mm. I just want to say thank you, everybody. I wish that I had more words today. I just feel so expanded and open. and willing. Joe, I saw that you said something earlier and I wasn't ignoring it. I wanted to let you know um, that you don't want to feel this. And I think it's the anger destroyed a friendship, but just need to stop. And one of the things that is really, I've said this before about anger and resentment, and this is my own thing. So I'm not putting this on anyone else, but uh, I feel like sometimes it's just so delicious, like being angry. And especially when when I feel righteous in my anger, when I feel justified in my anger, or justified in my resentment, justified in my position, there's a deliciousness to it. At least for me, I'll speak for myself. I may not like who I am, but there's not really always a willingness to stop, because the other piece that I came up with years ago is that I remember I had so much resentment towards my mother. And I remember somebody said, "Well, what if you let it go?" I said, "Well, then she'll be off the hook." And I just wanted her to be accountable for all of my anger and rage and pain. And I was the one who was allowing that. I was the one who was creating the space for it. And we have a choice, even sometimes when we don't see it, about what we put our attention on. And if you truly do not want the anger, if you truly are ready to let it go, then lay it down. And what emerges is really what the pain is. What emerges after that, and for me with my mom, it was feeling like I didn't matter. Like I didn't matter enough. And her admitting what she had done was somehow going to fix that. But no matter how many apologies she ever gave me, there was always an emptiness. And what I found is that the more that I could fill my own cup, finding that love, finding that what is it that I wanted, and paying attention to that, and making decisions and behavioral choices in relation to that, my life shifted. Now, this may sound too oversimplified, but there is in all of us, we have, whether or not we are nursing our story that is, I can't have what I want because I don't have the money flow. I'm never going to have the money flow. There's not enough in the world. I'm in competition with other people. Um, all of these things that are just stories, and when we really give a lot of attention to those stories, they become barriers to receiving inspiration, to receiving that light, that possibility of what else might be true. And so I just felt really called to share that, because there's a piece in here that is an invitation for you to really see, are you willing? Do you really want to be done with it? And then if you do, what do you have to do about that? Because it is your anger. It is your reaction. It is my anger. It is my story. It is all of these. Once I have that, I can do something with it. And I'm saying this like I don't feel like, I feel like that's what emerged was in what you said, Joe, but I don't think that you are alone in this. And whether it's like my job or my mother or my partner, all of these things, ultimately, we are the ones who are choosing what we are putting up with. We're choosing who we want to be. We're choosing what gets our attention. And we have the ability to choose differently. Even when we can't see how, we can make a choice to pause until we know. That is our choice. And it's a I think that's what we're experiencing in some ways. And I find it so immensely wonderful that in the middle of pain that you have found this, that you're finding a community of people who love and are breathing with you. That even if you don't know how to do what you're doing, what the next step is, that you're finding a practice that can help open you to that. And my honest to goodness truth is, in my own experience, is that this practice has stirred up my own shit, my own stories, my own beliefs in a way that um, I couldn't not see them. And I had to make a choice about it. And my choice throughout this has been to continue to breathe, to continue to show up every day, and to continue to do this. And in that way, that was my first surrender. And everything that has come after has been much easier. I hope that makes sense with everybody. I hope that that message is received with the love that it is given, and with the grace and compassion that I'm sharing it.